If you could write one season of The Walking Dead, how would you do it, you think?
Great question, dude. I would separate them into probably 2 or 3 groups, which is why I liked the Terminus season so much, as they get separated and have to come back together. They'd come back together in the end, but they would have to like change shelter at least 2 to 3 times. Here's what I'd do. You write out a board. I have my whiteboards, right? I'd write on the whiteboards like all the problems I want them to deal with: shelter, food, medicine, bad humans. I'd create all of them, and then I'd do like, okay, episode 1 through 3 is shelter, but then they find it, and then mark it off. And then once they have shelter, now I go to food. Now episode 3 through 5 is food, because they have shelter now. They can focus on food, or they're out of food. So you alternate what problems they're dealing with, right? So they don't overlap. And you overlap some of them because you need more than just one problem. And then you give the season one large overarching problem, right? I would have just added a bunch of other stuff. I would have said like there's new types of zombies. I would have created, a zombie that can lead other zombies and like run and open doors and climb. I definitely would have done that. I would have made them actually look for a cure. Like, you just stopped looking after season 1? Like, come on, dude. They had Eugene lie about it in season 4 or 5. But like, you can't give up on the cure. And I would have, there'd be so much action. It'd be nuts.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And I'd bring the characters to like their lowest, weakest point, where it's so satisfying when they crawl out of it, Yeah. What about you?
I would tune in to watch yours.
I'm like, I just covered everything. But.
That's a good question. I think it would be more of an establishing of outside of what it's been so far, in the sense of I would want to touch on what happened in the major cities, LA, New York, Austin, Dallas, stuff like that.
One of the spinoffs called Dead City is about Negan and Maggie in New York City.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Because
they announced all this at Comic-Con in New York, by the way. Like, I'm not, obviously, if I know about it, it's public.
Well, it's not obvious. There's always a chance. Which actually reminds me, I want to go over those with you really quick. But I think I would touch on those and the reasons or how chaotic it was during that. Because if you get 10 million people in a city, it's going to be insane, and I don't know how many people are surviving that just out of sheer volume of walkers.
In season 1, they did a great job in Atlanta, right? They're like, we can't even go anywhere near Atlanta. There's too many people. It's basically death. But Rick like hides under the tank. He's rescued by Glenn.
Right out the gate.
That was so good. He gets on the horse.
The horse, yep. Right out of the gate, you see the swarm coming around. You're like, that's not going to end well.
Yeah.
And, but then I like what you said too. It's, you couldn't really do it in one season, I don't think, but finding an area like the cold, I think that is a fascinating idea of like, oh, they can't survive here, and maybe we can't either, but we're going to try until it gets too cold. Global warming, it could push them out real quick. No, but I would do, that's good. That's good. I would want to increase up the stakes on everything, and also the loss. I would pull in as much, because people, we're people. We have issues with, it's not just interpersonal stuff. There's health issues. Like, what did cancer just disappear all of a sudden? Did, major health issues because of lack of nutrition,
I was going to say, how do they not cover nutrition? Like, obviously they're not eating like healthy shit all the time.
Yeah. But at the same time, the body's very resilient. And I think people around the world eat very unhealthy as it is anyway. So they're still kicking.
Okay, then don't do nutrition.
No, but it's a completely valid.
It was your idea.
I know, no, you're not wrong. Well, there's a different access now versus if you're in a dystopian site. There's not going to be McDonald's or something you can't walk to. You know what I mean? Nobody's frying up burgers. Yeah, but I'm such a me like deep down I'm prepper, so I think maybe I'd also want to see someone do like a full on prepper eat. You know what I think would be interesting? Because I never thought about this, so I'm thinking about it on the fly. Right? There's that utopia that everyone is trying to get to. But having the characters sacrifice everything, sacrifice people, their safety, their security, their livelihood, everything to get to this utopia, knowing that it's the end all be all, and they get there and it's great for like a day. And then chaos breaks out and it's ground one. And it's like everything that they just gave up is just completely destroyed. And you realize the world you live in there is never going to be a utopia again. And it's going to be ground floor, highest stakes possible to survive, and kind of go out from there.
Hell yeah.
I only have one season. I don't have 12, 11.
No, yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's just off the top of the head. I think that would be kind of interesting because of all the stuff you could do on the journey. It's the journey to get there, right? And then the end of it is like, well, that was a stupid idea. We should have just stayed put.
No, for sure. And 100%. I love it. So, hell yeah, dude. What would your perfect season be? Comment below. I want to hear about it. Thanks for watching Studio 22.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell.
Thanks for tuning in to Studio 22.